Hi, Johnny.
I am
How are you?
tired. I didn't think I'd make it. I was very
Hi,
tired.
everybody.
It's Sunday. Yes. Hello.
Hi, for hanging in there. We are starting the new Perek 8, Daf Ayin on the bottom, Ayin on the base. Kol hazvachim shenisarvu b'chatos hamesos. There are 5 types of chatas that has to be put to death. If the fetus of a chatas, if the owners of the chatas died, if you made a tumor of a chatas, if the owners had kapora from another animal, or it got lost and then they found it again after they had offered another animal. In all those cases, the chatas has to be put to death. Now you don't put it to death biyadayim. You put it like in an igloo. You don't feed it and it dies by itself. Those are called chatos amesos. The nafkamina is they're aser bahana as well. So let's say one of those animals got mixed up of a herd of 10,000 animals, regular animals. And the other animals are fit for korbanos. They were korbanos. They were kosher zvachim, who had not been, you had designated them to be a shlomim or an olah or whatever. And then one of these chatas hamesos got mixed up in there. Or a shor niskal, a shore that gored 3 times that's been adjudicated in Bezdin to be put to death. What's the nafkamina? It's also aser bano. Afilu achas berivo yamusu. Even 1 in 10,000, all the 10,000 have to die. You can't use any of them. We don't say there's bittul. We don't say that, they get nullified. Because an animal, a whole berry, it's like we have certain dinim in Yordea. You can't nullify a beria, right? So the same concept is a live animal can't be nullified. Now, in contradistinction to one of these animals that is Asr Banoah, let's say Kula Nisarvu B'Shor Shenevda Bo Aveira. And a certain Aveira was committed with this animal. We'll see what the Mishnah tells us what kind of Aveiras. Oh, and this O means to describe what Aveiras. For example, an animal Shehemi Sasa Al Pied Echad. Now, if an animal kills a human being with 2 Adim, the animal's put to death. And so that's also like a Shor Niskal would be Asr Banoah. But an animal that there's 1 aid that saw it kill another person. So it is prohibited to use it as a korban. But it's not, you don't have to put it to death. Or Rovea, somebody sodomized an animal. Excuse me. Let's say the bailim confess that their animal killed somebody. So moide b'knas potter. You also wouldn't put the animal to death, but you can't use it as a korban. Barovea, let's say a man had relations with an animal, or venirba, or the animal had relations with a female. B'muktzah, the animal was designated to be offered as to be worshipped. Or v'neva, it was actually worshipped. Or be'esnan, the animal was used as payment for a zona services. Or a mechir, or the animal was used to buy a dog. So there, the Torah has a specific exclusion to be used as a korban. Or bekloim. If you cross a goat and a sheep, you can't. It's kloim, and you can't use it as a korban. Or a treifa. can't use it as a korban, or yotzei dofen, or an animal born through cesarean section, and it got mixed up with regular zvachim. What do? Yiru ad sheyistavu. You send them to graze until all of them become blemished. Once they become blemished, you can redeem all of them. The yemachru, you sell them. And then v'yova b'dmei hayofish ben me'osu amin. The most expensive animal, you get the money and you buy an animal and you bring that korban that was lost there. Now so far we have two taruvises. One taruvis we said was a chatas hamesus, which is asr bana. Then we had these ones that were prohibited as korbanos, but you can get them until you graze them until they're blemished. What about nisarvu b'chulin tmumin? If you have korbanos like a zvachim or an ola that got mixed up with regular chulin animals, yemachru hachulin letzorchei osu amin. So you sell the unconsecrated animals. You don't have to wait for anything to be blemished. You could sell the chulin. You can't sell the consecrated animals because unless they have a mum, you can't sell them. You can't redeem them. But you can sell the for people who need an ola or shlamim. They can buy it, and you sell it to many people, and they all will be designated with that holiness, and then you bring those korbanos. What about kochim bekochim min b'mino? One chatas, my chatas got mixed up with Abe's chatas, or my chatas, my ola with Johnny's ola. We don't know who's who. Each, the Kohen offers both animals for whoever the owner is. They just say whoever the owner of this animal is should get credit. Kochim bekochim min b'sheino mino. And ola and a shlamim get mixed together. So there's different ways of offering a ola and a shlamim. So yiru ad sheyistavu, they all have to be sent out to pasture to graze until they get a mum. Then v'yavid b'dmei hayofish ben mimin zeh u'v'dmei hayofish ben mimin zeh. You find out which one is the most expensive, and you buy an ola with it, and you buy shlamim with it, and you have to bring the difference because it could be. Initially, it was $500 worth, $500 worth. But now, when you sell it, it might be worth 600 and 600. You have to make the difference, the extra 200. You have to see the moiser, basically, you have to bring it from your own money. Another case. Nisarvu b'bchor v'maiser. If an ola or shlamim got mixed up with a b'chor maiser, yiru ad sheyistavu, again, you have to let everything graze till they get a mum. The yochlu kibchora meiser. Then you eat it with the stringencies of a chora meiser, which the Gemara will tell us what it is. Hakol yicholin lisarev, chutz min achatas v'osham. All different korbanos can get mixed together, except for a chatas and an osham. They are brought by different animals, the males versus females, or a ram, and therefore there won't be a mixture because you know exactly which one is the chatas and the osham. Now the Gemara, the Mishnah start afilu. Even if one kosher sacrifice became intermingled with 10,000 forbidden animals, everyone gets to die. Well, that's not a big chiddush. All of the animals, the overwhelming majority are not good. Just the opposite. You have one animal subject to the death penalty, got mixed up with 10,000 good korbanos. Yamusa kula. That's the bigger chiddush. So the Gemara says, Tanina chadazimna. We already learned this. Kol asur l'gabi mizbeach. Any animal that is also to be offered, oisun b'kol shehein. 1 in a million will aser. And what's an example if it's aser haroiveh vanirba? If a sexual activity was performed with the animal. So why does our Mishnah have to repeat this? Ravashi. Armitl Shemaitza Commander Rav Simi. Atzrachem. I need both. If I would have only been told about one forbidden animal causes a large mixture of kosher animals to be prohibited, it's only forbidden to be used as a mizbeach, for example. Maybe you could use it for private use. And if we would have learned only this one forbidden animal causes a large mixture to be prohibited, only those animals that are asur b'hana, hani, the ones that are not forbidden in hana, maybe emelo. So tzricha needed both mishnayos. Now the Mishnah Tzmura that talks about isur, the lavis that are not isuri hana, the lavis isuri hana, hatanale. So we've already learned it in our Mishnah. So mik tani kol shein hasam, mik tani kol shein hasam tani. Any amount of valid offerings can be prohibited, even 1,000. V'nisni havelo boyho. So teach it here, or teach it in Tzmur, and don't teach it here. Takante yitzrichalei. Our Mishnah talks about how to remedy the situation by letting it graze, get a mum, etc. Over there in Tzmur doesn't mention that. Now, an animal that is asur b'hana and it asurs even for private use, they had yinamitanale. That's also been taught. Elu asurin v'oisrin b'kolshin. The following are prohibited and prohibit others. It says yayin nesech. If you mix yayin nesech with other wine, v'avoris kochavim idle. So why did the Mishnah have to repeat that? One animal that's asur b'hana causes the entire mixture to be prohibited, not just for hegdish purposes, even for hedyot purposes. Okay, we'll stop here. Very good. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask that we learn at 5:30. Okay?
When are you leaving?
No, I'm leaving Wednesday.
Oh,
But I have something tomorrow night. So tomorrow we're going to learn at 5:30.
okay.
That way we get home from Mincha. It's a short blot. We shouldn't have a problem.
No problem.
I'll
Okay.
send the message out to everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.